Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for the Straightjacket podcast 272. We've got a man like Musa in the building. Nuruddin is coming, he's on his way. It must be late, traffic or whatnot. But Musa, man, how's life, man? How's life, man? Ramadan's close, but United.
This is what I'm saying.
We can't enter Ramadan like this, you know. We're not in the
No,
best
no, no.
mentally.
This was what I was about to say. These men are not gonna mess up my Ramadan, you know. They're not gonna mess up my fast. I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting it. I'm getting in Ramadan vibes. I got the drip. I ain't got time for all of this. Nah. Ten Hag's trying to mess up man's Ramadan. Is he nuts?
Bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. But big up to you, big up to everyone who's locked in. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And yeah, man, we've got a lot of things to discuss. I want to discuss Garnacho, and I want to discuss where does Eric Ten Hag rate in all the managers we've had. Is he the worst manager we've had since Ferguson? I want to talk properly now. I want to use some stats. I want to use some eye test, and I want to combine the two, man. But before anything, I didn't hear your thoughts on the game, the Manchester derby. Musa, chat to us, man. It's
Listen, man. See this football thing that we're doing here, and I think I heard you mention it a couple times about being gaslighted. You see these Eric Ten Hag apologists. See these Eric Ten Hag apologists here. They need to allow it. They need to proper, like really take time and allow it. There's levels of defending a manager and defending his tactics. Like I heard people talking about at least we set up okay, at least we look like a defensive unit, at least we. And I'm like, and I think I see Roy Keane saying, we're just praising basics now. We're out here praising the basics and the foundation of any football team. And I say it again, a lot of people will see Man United linked to the likes of, you know, De Zerbi, Graham Potter, and they'll jump out their window. Oh, they're not doing any better. Oh, you know, where are they in the league? Oh, all right, cool, guys. But when have you ever seen a De Zerbi team or Graham Potter team go and line up like the way Man United do it against the top four? When have you seen them line up like that? There's ways to lose games. these men might go to Man City and lose a 4-2 or 3 or 4-3 or whatever it might be, but they play their football. When they're in possession, they play a game. They don't go there and have 2 shots on targets. You don't go there second half and have 15% possession and let Man City have
Facts.
85% possession. What is that? Like, the only type of teams that I see doing that, or the only type of managers that do that, is Sam Allardyce, Sean Dyche, that type of manager. And if that's who we are, when have we ever been that? When we're
Yep.
out here
You know
calling
what's
for
mad, yeah?
managers who can act, go on.
No, but you know what's mad, yeah? And Micah Richards, yeah, is taking the piss out of United, saying, but they were compact today, they were this and that. And then Gary Neville's there agreeing, saying it wasn't the best, the worst performance there. And then Roy Keane, big up to Roy Keane, like
Mhm.
big up to Roy Keane,
Yeah,
saying, is that what we are now? Or because
yeah,
it looked better than what it's become. Bro, he's the second year in. If anybody else did that, yeah, if Burnley did that, I could agree with that. If Bournemouth did, every other team, I'd be like, yeah, cool, yeah,
that's it.
that's their way of playing. But Man United, you don't sit like that. You don't sit like that as a Man
Listen,
United
Si,
team, bro. You have the
you
quality.
don't.
You can bring certain players in and make it better than what it is, and that's down to the manager.
That's down to the manager.
Come
There ain't
on,
no
bro.
top six Spurs, Aston Villa, Arsenal, Liverpool. All of these teams don't go to City and do that. They might not. They might concede possession, and it's 70
Yep,
30, 65 35. They might concede possession. Yes, you can
yep.
concede possession to City, and they might have 65% of the ball, 70% of the ball, but they don't get 85% of the ball. That's not what
Nope.
happens.
Nope.
That's not even someone like Sean Dyche and Sam Allardyce to say, nah, we take at least 25% of that possession. We're not
Yep.
accepting 15s and 10s. This is what my man's on. Then we're talking about 2 shots. The guy said that we could have won the game. How can Eric Ten Hag's taking a piss out of my life? How can you win a game with 2 shots on with two goal attempts? Where in your mind do you go and say I could have, like, you've had a big fight. You got
Yeah.
punched over 100 times in your head, and you punched the geezer twice, and you said I could have won that. How? How could you have won that
Yeah.
fight? Like,
No, it's crazy.
it's crazy. And this is my point. The Man United, Eric Ten Hag sympathizers, apologizers, you're taking the mick. There's levels to what we're trying to say. Why are you apologizing and having sympathy for a manager whose only success was at Ajax? That's his only success.
Mm.
Then you look at someone like Frank de Boer, like Rant said, who was at Ajax and done very well. He went to Crystal Palace. It was peak for him. It was
Peak, man.
peak.
Peak.
It
Peak.
was peak after
Stacking up
having
those
good
type of
success at
games.
Ajax
Yep, yep,
or
yep,
wherever
yep,
he
yep, yep,
was.
yep,
Yeah, it's difficult. It's not
yep.
simple. It's not easy. So he's come in and done the same. We've given him a chance and we've seen that he's not up for the job. But yet people want to make us to sound like we're crazy and we're making things up. What I saw yesterday, listen, I keep on telling you, the top 6 teams will go to City and they'll concede possession. But when they're in possession of the ball, they have a clue of what they're trying to do. This is how they hurt City.
Yep.
This is how you
Well,
hurt
even we're the
them.
worst team. We're the worst team in terms of going to Man City and having the fewest shots. Nobody else has had the fewest shots in the Premier League than Manchester City. Nuruddin, big up to you for coming on. Hope you're well. I hope
Yo,
you had internet issues.
We saying
Yeah.
already.
yo,
Can
big
you
up.
hear
Listen,
us?
man. Honestly, the internet, yo, I couldn't even get on my phone. I was sat here for 10 to 6, right? Can't get on it on my phone. Couldn't get on it on the computer. Genuinely, I don't
Man
know what the hell
United.
is going on.
Man United, man. It's Ed Woodward
People
in
are
your
trying
in your
silence me,
gap.
bro. People are already seeing me. People are already seeing me that the article done by that racist Lockhurst, you know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Knockers.
I know then you were right. You were right. What you saying about the fatigue? I was like, listen, you don't take a genius. A lot of people who pointed it out. It's not just me. But listen, it was disgraceful. I said 4 goals or more. I didn't even do a preview for a second. That's how bad it was.
I know,
I didn't do
I
a
know.
preview because I'm like, what's the point of doing a preview? What's the point? You know, with the preview, we used to try to galvanize people and go, let's have a bit of a go. At the end of the day, listen, Eric Ten Hag has got to keep the players on side, so he's got to come out and chat shit, right? That's what managers do. Side. We've been here, we've done that. Anytime they struggle, what are they like? Rabbits in the headlight, they've got to come and chat shit. But for me, the idea that he thinks we could have held out is the biggest joke in the world. The biggest joke, like, we could hold out against that level, that team that we couldn't even hold out against majority of teams that beaten us this season. So we are holding it out 1-0. Like, that was City's bad play. City was they're the ones who were playing badly. And I actually think they didn't play that badly in the second. They played even worse in the second half, but Manchester United got tired. So for me, it's this. Why are you going there with that tactics when this team has not done that majority of the season? We've not played a very low block like that. Why are you asking them? You're demanding on them for things that they can't do. And the question I ask is, after nearly 2 years at this club, what are Manchester United? Are Manchester United a low block team, a mid block team? Are Manchester United a high pressing team? Are we a high pressing team? What are we? Do we have physicality in this team? Do we have technical players that can hold the ball in this team? What type of players do we have? And that, to me, I love to blame on Eric Ten Hag, but this has been 19 years of Glazer ownership. It's a combination of all things. But for him, it's the tactics and the team this season. And what I said from last January, what he wasn't doing, he didn't realize that still in a style will get you a lot further. You can't cheat. You can't have your cheat modes. Yeah. You're not that level of manager where you can have cheat modes.
Can't cheat the system, man. You can't cheat the system. You
can't.
So instead of chasing the 4 fucking trophies last season, he should have installed a style of play where 18, 17 players of that squad are comfortable to be able to play in that system. Win or lose or draw, right?
No, but can I say something though? Can I say something, Norton? I agree with you, yeah. If you don't want to, if you're not chasing all 4 competitions, at least then manage the squad better. He didn't do that last season. He didn't give everyone the game time. He didn't. So in that point, Norton, I do agree with you. If you're gonna get a style of play, include everyone. But the guy only wants to play with 12 to 14 players. He only wants to play with 12 to 14 players. Big up this super chat here. There's a super chat here from Rafa says, Musa, it's me from B&Q. Don't tell anybody who I am, but wallahi, I was getting a manicure on Derby Day with the missus. That's how bad it's got. I've never missed a United game in my life. You know the amount of people, big up to Rafa, you know the amount of people that didn't watch the game yesterday that I phoned? United fans. I phoned a lot of United fans yesterday. They said they didn't watch the Manchester Derby. Look what Ten Hag has done to us. Look what this manager's done to people.
It's long side because you watched it. Like, I was so gassed for Rashford's goal. Then I was like, oh, we've got them angry now, man. We've gone and got them angry. And I was just scared was what was going to come. Because Eric Ten Hag, the crazy geezer, he thinks that him thinking that we can hold out with the first half's performance. And I kept on saying it makes no sense. It's like you need to go toilet, bust in to go toilet, and then you decide to take a 2-hour journey before going to the toilet. You're going to wet yourself, bruv. You can't hold out. There's no way this geezer thought that he wasn't going to wet himself. Like, just go to the toilet. There's no way you can hold out. Eric Ten Hag is sitting there with a 1-0 win in the first how many minutes?
First 10 minutes, man. First 10 minutes. Let me find out when he actually scored. Yeah, but it was.
So where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? You're away at City. You're away. Remember where you are. You're away at City.
Eight minutes,
and they
8 minutes.
In the first 8 minutes, and you think that one goal is it's taking a minute. You can't cheat the system. How many club teams used to come to Old Trafford in our heyday when we were on top of the game, and they'll score in the first 10 minutes, whatever? You can't cheat the system. You're going to get pounded unless you know what you're doing. The biggest thing that hurt me the most is that in possession, we were wasteful. Like, as bad as we were, that first half, Rashford had 2 other opportunities to get a second goal. And Garnacho yesterday weren't his game. And I keep on saying it. You see this brother Foden, all last year, the year before, how many years have the English press complained that the guy's not getting enough game time? They don't know if he's going to have to leave Man City. He needs to do something more to get in there. He can't get into the squad. Do you think Garnacho will have this amount of game time at City?
You know what? Yeah, before because I want to discuss Garnacho in a bit. Yeah, but just to kind of go back onto Ten Hag. Yeah, my thing is when Nuruddin, you talk about it, Nuruddin. Yeah, what is Ten Hag good at, bro? He's not good at a low block. He's not good at even counter attacking. He's not. He talks about high block, bro. You're not good at high block, mid, low, high, whatever you want to do, bro. I can expose you, my friend. You're not good at the low block. You're not good at the high block. What is Ten Hag? What does he resemble? What do you resemble?
You just reminded me though. The geezer started to press when we went 1-1. What was he doing? The geezer started to get the players to press. I'm thinking, you've come here, you've frustrated them. You know, Varane's done a job on Hoyland. You know, like De Bruyne can't get his shooting boots on. You frustrated them with defending.
Yeah.
Cool, they've got a goal, but the goal was outside the box. It had to be a wonder goal because you defended.
Yeah.
Cool, that was your game plan. So now they scored. Where you going pressing? Where you going opening up gaps? What are you doing? I was like, what's this man doing? Why set up like that in the first place if you're going to change it the minute they score a goal? Why are you panicking? Get back to what you're doing. Frustrate them. Make it difficult for them. I'm
Big
fuming.
up to Yusuf. Yusuf from South Africa. Hope you're well, bro. I saw dark days under Atkinson and Fergie. We have never been cowards and played coward football like we have done for the last 10 years. We are Man United and we far deserve better. Eric Ten Hag out. You know what? Big up to you, Yusuf, yeah? If that was Jose Mourinho, yeah, I swear to you, all of them top Reds, all of them United fans in general, yeah, would have been cussing him out. Yeah? Everyone online, yeah, that's saying, feel sorry for Ten Hag, he's got injuries. I swear down to you, you lot would have been cussing Jose Mourinho out, yeah, for that style of football. You would have. So why now is the energy different for Eric Ten Hag? Why? And Ten Hag is effectively a coach. Mourinho was a manager. Mourinho didn't coach the players. You had the other guy, was it Faria? Was it Real Faria? And he had Eric McKenna. This guy is a coach. Yeah. He is a coach. But yet still, we don't have the same energy.
No,
why?
I do have the same energy. It was disgraceful. It was disgraceful. It was disgraceful from the players, and that's why I want the players and manager, the medical staff, everybody gone, Saeed. I need everybody to clear out. Everybody who co-signed this need to clear out. But the biggest thing we're going to be discussing in United Real Therapy later, I don't think this can be fixed in 3 years. I think you people are deluding. People are being lied to, and people are being deluded into thinking this can be fixed in 3 years.
But let me see those. Let me show you. Let me say something that what I can't understand.
No, hold on a minute. Let me just but 1 second before you go, Musa. Yeah. It's not about being next to Man City in 3 years. It's about be a team that can be recognised as a football team.
That's what he told him, though. He said he's going to challenge for a league title. He said for 3 years at least. That's what he said.
Yeah, but Arteta's challenging, but we all know he's not going to win it. But he's still challenging. Yeah. There's a glimpse of hope.
Yeah, but listen,
he's challenging.
Listen to me. I genuinely don't believe we have the players or the backroom staff or the medical department or the infrastructure to be able to challenge for a league title anytime soon.
But that's changing though. But that's changing though. That's changing.
Listen, that's changing. What fucking Radcliffe said. That's what he said out of his mouth. He didn't
say that. He didn't say that though.
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
3 years.
He said 3 years.
Have you not watched it?
No, not to knock them, but he said to compete. To compete. He said to compete in 3.
The BBC said to knock them off their perch. He said to knock them off their perch. He used the Fergie word. He said to knock them off their perch.
Yeah, but obviously he's going to.
I think in context,
buzzwords, isn't it? These are buzzwords.
I think in context, he said he doesn't want it to be a 10-year program. He wants it to be a 3-year program. He wants to knock them off their perch. But I think in context, but I didn't think he said that in 3 years. But we need to be competing. Newcastle were done and dusted. Dusted. All they came and done was put the right people in the right position in the backroom staff. Get a couple good players in and a couple windows, and these guys were putting us under pressure last season. Just one transfer window with the right people in the club.
Musa, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. That was because they had the goodwill and energy from the fans, especially at home, because it was a full sale. It's not half-hearted bullshit fucking sale. It was a full sale. Newcastle fans thought they got their club back because they got rid of the most.
But he also changed the structure.
They changed the structure.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
But Saeed, they didn't have over a fucking decade of fucking players and wages and contracts.
No, it was worse. It was worse.
They have
They had
not
Mike
They had Mike
Ashley.
Ashley.
They had
They had
Mike
Mike Ashley.
He never invested anything to the football club.
They didn't have a history of giving out contracts like Newcastle. Players who want to leave because they were in relegation zone every year. The better players wanted to leave. Manchester United, nobody wants to fucking leave. You saw it in the summer. Whether you let Ten Hag or not, he wanted to get rid of 7 players. United told him, no, you can't. We haven't got the money.
But I would say though, Noridine, I would say Newcastle is a great comparison, but it's never going to be like. But I'm going to say it's never going to be like for like. No, I would say look, it's never going to be like for like.
Manchester United is worse because the rottenness and the way they give out contracts, the way that they give the wages is far more than Newcastle. Newcastle was a yo-yo club who were going in and out of relegation. Their wage.
But Mike Ashley was misspending his money as well. Mike Ashley misspent the money. Then he spent no money.
Listen, they were getting relegated. But in terms of that, he was not giving people 5-year contract. He was not doing the Phil Jones job.
Yeah, but equally he was damaging the club. I get it. I get that.
Yeah,
I understand what you're talking about, but equally
he was still damaging the club
in different ways. Yeah, he was still doing bad things different ways with the Sports Direct, with the sponsors. He wasn't elevating Newcastle to be the top club. Newcastle were a sleeping giant. They're meant to be a top 6 club, and they were in the relegation zone areas. So equally, he was as bad. And what happened is, new owners came in, they had new structure, new plan, new ideas, and they elevated. They narrowed the gap.
But don't underestimate the freshness of.
But what I'm trying to say,
the fans feeling like they're being engaged with their football club again. Like
I'm with you, Noridine. But what I'm trying to say is this, Noridine. They bounced from the bottom 3.
Make it out.
But what I'm trying to say is this, though.
It isn't, because the vultures are still fucking the major fucking shareholders and his fucking club.
No, I agree.
They still are.
I'm with you. But we can't overlook the geezer they brought in from City. We can't overlook Dan Ash, the guy they're trying to bring in from Newcastle. We can't overlook the fact that they're getting new sporting directors and putting things into play. We can't overlook that because, yes, you can have a bad owner, but we've always said it. The biggest issue with the Glazers is that it's not that they haven't spent the money, it's they spent it bad. Because we're still sitting at the top of every chart of expenditure. We're at the top. That's why my brain just doesn't get it. Every chart, we spent the most money on players, the most wages, the most everything. Yet we have the worst players in history. So something's wrong. So if these guys continue to get the backing that the Glazers have given and spending that type of money with any common sense, with what that guy's done at City and what this guy done at Brighton and Newcastle, we should have a glimpse of hope. To win the league, maybe not. But what I'm saying is Newcastle went from the bottom 3 to the top 4. So if we can go from 7th to consistently being 2nd and 3rd, it has to be that jump because they've jumped about 15 places. We only need to jump 2 or 3. Something's wrong. And so I don't know, man. Something has to give and take this summer, this transfer window. And I think the proof is going to be in the pudding, like you said, Noridine, in terms of, yes, there's a level of consistency that this is not what we wanted. This is not the buyout. But if this January transfer window, I don't see any difference in how we move, then yeah, it's Janaza. Let's just pray the prayer and bury the club.
But he cannot be part of it. He cannot even have Champions League football. The guy's talking about 5th position. You do not deserve Champions League football. You do not deserve. You embarrassed us in the Champions League, yeah? And now, man went from eat or to be eaten. You know what I mean? He's talking about the era's come to an end. He's talking about good isn't good enough. He's talking about all of these things now. And now he's in the, he's a miskin. You know what do you call a miskin?
Yeah, he's finished. He's miskin. He's finished.
He's talking about, well, is a problem. It's something.
Schemes are real. You don't pick on them. People don't bully them. But now he's gone to a shadow himself. A shadow himself. And you know what? Like we always say, every manager has it. Towards the end, they're all like rabbits caught in the headlight. They don't know what to say. They're that stressed out.
He doesn't know where to turn.
You know what's going on now? There's a Discord now as to whether people want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back at the football club because they believe he had better football than Ten Hag. There's a discourse happening right now as we speak. You know, big up to Eye Test. The guy's making videos. I'm telling him, yo, brother, calm down. Yeah, it doesn't have to get there. He's saying to him, bring him to the end of the season. People are saying, yeah, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's football is better. How did we get to this position here where a coach here who had the Ajax way, who was meant to be the guy that's meant to be the next big thing, now has a worse style of football than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? How have we got to this situation? How?
That's what hurts.
How?
That's what
How
hurts.
have
That's
we
what
got to
hurts
this
because
situation?
this geezer was a restaurant with a 4 or 5 star rating. Ollie didn't have it. I knew I was only going to get a mediocre 2-star, 3-star meal. I knew it. So whenever he came
Yep.
out with a 4-star, I was gassed but this guy is why it hurts the most because he had the ratings, he had the credentials, and he's a coach. And with everything going on at the club, the last thing that Eric Ten Hag is doing is coaching these players. That's what hurts me because I'm saying to myself, when we were in possession yesterday, people were scared of the ball. Me and my brother was watching the game, both United fans. We started laughing. There was a part in the middle of the park where they were just like, it was like hot potato. Everyone's like, get rid of it. Get rid of it.
I called it
Yeah.
hot potato FC, bro. Listen, how many times when you watching the game yesterday? How many times did a normal ball on the pass on the floor go out for throwing? How many times have City players shielded the ball? You know I always see City on the Ollie. I say Liverpool and get in their faces, make it a fight, go in their faces, do this. Yesterday, we got out tactics, out balled, out muscled, out bullied.
Yep.
This in every account of that, Manchester United was second rate. And people are telling me Varane and Evans have had a. If me and Musa there, when everybody sat in front of us, the ball coming, we just clear it. That don't make you fucking amazing. You know what I mean? If both Varane and fucking Evans went to the halfway line and dealt with fucking Ireland and Foden man 1-against-1, that's what defending in the modern game. Not the fucking 6-yard box clearing balls. That's not amazing. But you show you it's the way people watch football. At the end of the day, I never got gassed. I never celebrated that Rashford goal because I knew what's coming. And I said, even go and check my tweet out. I said at halftime, we could still get hammered here.
I know.
United did score. We could still get hammered here.
Do you know what was mad as well?
This be negative.
Do you know what's mad though? City was for the taking. Any other team that plays a good level of football yesterday would have took City.
I saw Chelsea with that kid, the
Tottenham.
former City kid.
Tottenham.
You know, listen, the last game 2 weeks ago, was it 10 days ago,
Chelsea,
was Chelsea there, and Chelsea literally, the striker, the
Cole Palmer.
Jackson, yeah.
Jackson missed
Jackson.
Sterling missed a couple of chances, and Carlton Palmer was basically taking the mick out of him. Yesterday, we needed somebody who's technically gifted, who can get past and beat a couple of players. And he was doing it constantly, beating one, dropping shoulder, and then passing the ball because they play such a high line. He kept doing it. And you know what? And then people were moaning about the fucking penalty is a penalty and that fact. Listen, come on now. You're begging now. You're begging. That's the level of copium, isn't it? That's the copium, innit? If you're talking about, listen, he won the ball. He touched the ball first before he cleared him out. But
I will say, though, Varane's had red cards for that, though.
Yeah. Listen,
start showing, winning the ball and catching the player after. People have been sent off for that. So they need to make up.
We're never going to get that.
We weren't.
We weren't
getting
it. They never give that against goalkeepers. In that situation, if a goalkeeper doesn't get the ball, he's in trouble. If he doesn't touch the ball, he's in trouble. If he touches the ball, they don't count it. They don't. We know that. We've seen it loads of times. But the idea that the Rashford thing, nah, mate, get the fuck up, mate. Be stronger. Put your body in front. Why is it none of Manchester United players, other than Kobe, who's got it naturally, nobody can put their body in front of the ball? And then McTominay, did you see that bit of McTominay there? Where all he had to do is turn. He can't even fucking run with the ball and turn.
But again, look what we're prioritizing. Look what we're prioritizing.
Eric Ten Hag, man.
Ahead of Bruno.
He played with. That's what I'm saying. He played a false 9 yesterday, basically, with Bruno did. Yeah, as a false 9 yesterday. So why not drop Bruno deeper and play Ahmed as a false 9? Give us something extra. Give us something extra so that when we do get the ball, we have players who are outlets who can actually get the ball and play it and make proper decisions. When McTominay got the ball yesterday, He just didn't know what was going on. I kept on looking at this brother. And I'm like, it's not even his fault, man. This is not his game. The setup doesn't help him and his attributes and what McTominay is good at. He's always going to look out of his depth playing for us like this. But the manager should know better. Come on, man. You had Kudus at flipping Ajax. You have someone who's quite similar in Ahmed Diallo. What are you doing with your life?
You don't fancy him. He's going to be sold, mate. In Ten Hag state, he's going to be sold in the summer, mate. Mark my words.
Shocking. Then you want to go back to Atalanta and start raiding Atalanta for all their players. Play them.
All of his signings, man. Listen, Onana still for me question mark, even though he kept us in it yesterday.
You see that save?
He was good.
That save was the most horrendous save in the world.
Relax,
that
man.
save was the worst.
Nuruddin.
That save underneath his arm.
You're doing
nah.
You're doing too much.
That was quick. That was quick.
Quick, man.
That was quick, man.
Listen, I can have that's an agenda now. You've got a clear agenda there. You've got to find
a video of it.
No slow motion. Don't give it slow motion.
No, it's not a slow motion. He hits it into the ground. He didn't even hit it cleanly. He didn't rip it. It wasn't a shot.
Come on.
It wasn't a
That was a good strike, man. It was a good strike, man.
Listen, anything around his feet, he's beaten because he fucking can't get down. It's a fucking fact. And now you're all just coping with yourselves because he caught a couple of balls. Fuck that shit.
Nah, he done well yesterday.
You see that?
Nah.
Look at that. Hold on, Musa. Look at this. Look where he is. Hold on a minute. Listen. Onana has been. Onana. Hold on a minute, Nuruddin. I know it. Relax. No, but relax, Nuruddin. What you're trying to say here is, listen.
He was our best player yesterday. He was our best player. He was our best player yesterday.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him for the Haaland goal. Because Haaland set the ball right outside of his body. That one there, I've seen him concede goals like that this season. Again and again. Anything around his feet, he can't get down enough. He's a fucking prick, mate. Fuck him out of here.
He was our best player.
Relax.
He was press resistant. Nah.
Relax. Nuruddin. I understand you're frustrated with Onana, yeah? Even I am as well, yeah? But you got to realize, yesterday, he, for me, kept us in the game, bro. It could have been a basketball game if it weren't for Onana. He claiming crosses. He was strong. He had the
He gave the ball for Rashford's goal. See the ball for Rashford's goal.
Listen, there's a time and a place here to be angry at players, yeah? But I don't think Onana was the time for yesterday.
Not yesterday.
That's the difference between me and you. To me, when the so-called have a good performance, I still tell them they're still shit. And that second goal, that Foden...
it's not giving credit where it's due.
Wasn't a half
credit
shot.
where it's due.
But you see,
hold on a minute. Credit where it's due. That's credit where it's due. Credit where it's due is that, you know what? I don't rate the player, but I will give credit when it's been leading to credit. That's what I believe in Onana yesterday. That's it.
Yesterday, Onana made them. Yesterday, in the first 5 minutes, they just said we're going to stop pressing him. The way he was moving the ball from their strikers and everyone that tried to press him, and the way he was distributing in the first 10 minutes, even though we were playing so low and he was chipping it over, doing this, that, they stopped pressing him. They couldn't press Onana. Every time Onana, our keeper, got the ball, they just jogged and said it's a long day. This brother's too good on his feet. Do we utilize that? Every time the brother got the ball yesterday, that Man City decided not to press him because they knew it was going to be a long day. They said, let's press the second ball because whoever he gives it to is a dickhead. They cannot control the ball. They cannot do anything with it. Everyone that Onana gave the ball to, Man City, but they didn't press the keeper. It weren't like De Gea, let's get at him, because they knew that he couldn't get the ball. So the problem I'm asking is, Eric Ten Hag, you've gone and got one of the best keepers in the world with his feet. And all you've done is make him concede up to like 20, 25 shots a game. If all these goalkeepers that Man United rate were conceding the same amount of... And this is why I said, as much as people are onto De Gea's conceding too many shots on goal. When you concede too many shots on goal and a goalkeeper, you're in... Goalkeepers are not meant to be in the game that much. Like, you're in the game every minute. Man United's goalkeepers are just constantly in the game. There is no time out for you. You're going to have issues. You're going to cause problems. Because guess what? When a player's getting the ball, like a midfield player, when we're talking about the best midfield players, whether it's Kevin De Bruyne or all of these, man, that's why they give the ball away a lot, because they're always on it. You're gonna have faults. And the problem is with the goalkeeper, when he has a fault, it's a goal. So we're all looking at him, but we're not playing to his strengths. Listen, this brother Onana, if he was playing for any other team, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, we wouldn't be talking about the same stuff. Not at all.
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope. 100%. Let's move on, guys. Make sure you lot are liking the video, people, man. Smash a like, but 1.1k in the building, nearly 1.2. Let's get to 500 likes straight away. Let's talk about Garnacho because listen, you know what it is with me, yeah. A lot of people they've misconstrued what my feelings towards Garnacho as a player is. Yeah, I don't think he's a superstar. I never once did. I never will do. Right now, I think right now he's a talent that for me is developing. Is a talent that I think for me is still raw. There's a lot of elements in this game raw. I don't think it's a completed article yet. I look at Garnacho right now. I feel like I'm not saying he's a scapegoat here, but I feel like a lot of people are looking at him like he's meant to be this player.
He's a
that is
scapegoat.
not.
You gotta say he's a scapegoat for some of the other fans.
Well, there you go then.
Yes.
Well, there you go. And when you look at
I don't think so.
I look at a player. No, but hold on a minute. I look at a player that's been overused. So if I'm looking at a player that's been overused, yeah, 25 games I think he's played in a row, yeah, and the manager is still not taking him off earlier. He's still not giving him a rest. It's not allowing other players to come on. This guy is a player that became a what do you call it? An impact player. Yeah, he came as
but I feel no. But my thing is this: the argument is this, though. The argument is this, though, Saeed. Yeah, is that Scott McTominay's overused. It's not his fault, but we still say he's crap. We still diss him for the things that he does on the pitch that he does wrong. No, but what I'm saying is this, though. No, but what I'm saying is this. You can still. No, but what I'm saying is this, though. What I'm saying is this, though. That what I'm saying is this, though. You can still criticize a player while he's on the pitch for continuously making the wrong decisions. You have to, because cool, the manager's trusted in you. Do the simple things then. Because I keep on saying it. You cannot play Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, and Garnacho in the same team. You cannot do it.
Yep.
Choose who you want on that left wing. Is it Rashford or Garnacho? They're both scatty. Yeah, but choose. Because my thing is, you look at people like Grealish who's fit, and Donk is playing, it's either one or the other. He's not trying to force them all on. 1 or 2 games, cup games, he might get them all on, but he's making them sit. So what we're saying to Eric Ten Hag, Garnacho's a left-sided player. Stop playing games with us, yeah? He's a left-sided player. You've got Marcus Rashford.
He played better when he was on the right, though.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he done good on the right. I think he done good on the right.
He was playing better on the right, though. He was playing better on the right. Then he got moved to the left. So as a whole, yeah, Ten Hag is not managing him correctly. I blame this more on Ten Hag than Garnacho. We know that where Garnacho.
No, same. But they still miss. I agree with you. Yeah, sometimes we're going overboard on the young player. But what we're saying is, as well, he's making some silly mistakes on the pitch where he's not doing it. He's not keeping it simple. And I feel like sometimes.
Do you think he's
whether he's coached or not? We're just saying, Garnacho, man. Just if I have to coach for you to pass the ball, I don't know. This is what I said. It's like Rashford. Is he coached? Isn't he coached? Because he makes the same mistakes as Rashford. I play a profile of them exactly the same. They get into passing positions, they shoot. They get into shooting positions, they pass. I just don't know what's going on with them, and that's what I see from them. But what I say is that when they have players who are more predictable around them, the Martials, the Greenwoods, the Sanchos, the Arma Diallos, who are going to keep it simple, who are not going to go for the wild shots, these players look better. They look better. But when you've got them all together, it's going from one wild man, Rashford, to another wild man, who is Garnacho, to another wild man, who's Bruno Fernandes. We're just looking at it like, who's calm? Who's calm on this pitch?
Look what you've done. Look what you've done. Look at this from Adewale here. Garnacho was let go by Atletico for a reason. Even the youth team, this guy wasn't doing anything near what Greenwood was doing. This guy's overrated and needs to be sent on loan. Ahmad is far better than Garnacho. One thing I do agree with some of the stuff you said here, but the first statement, hold on a minute. The first statement is wrong. There's been a lot of players that have been let go by other academies. You know why? Because profiting wise, that's what they do. A lot of clubs in Europe here, they sell their youngsters because they want the profit. Yeah. They can't afford them. Or they say, you know what? United come calling, we have to sell him. So it's not a reason, Adewale. There's a reason that United saw a talent in him and he's not developed yet. People have to be patient. It's not an overnight job. What do people want Garnacho to be? Do you want Garnacho to be this player that is ready-made? Like, what do people want
No,
from
but the
Ghana?
question is this though. This
Like,
is what
seriously,
it is with
I'm just
Garnacho.
asking
People see Garnacho.
what do
No,
people
but
want?
this is what it is, Saeed. People see Garnacho as no different as Palestri and Ahmed. No different. If anyone wants to tell me that Garnacho is better than Palestri and Ahmed, I don't believe it. I don't even know what man is watching. So people are saying
Yeah,
if you're ready and as a manager you can see that Palestri can do with a good loan in European
yeah.
football, Ahmed can do with a good loan in Championship. We're saying Garnacho's the same. Send him out on loan. Let him, we're not saying like let him go and get some minutes under
Look
his
at this,
belt.
look at this,
Let
look at
him
this.
go
The
and
man
grow.
says sell him. Sell him where though? Sell him where? Like, I don't understand. Like, sell him or loan him?
Like,
What
don't
is it?
sell him.
Because
Don't sell him. No, loan him.
I
Don't
don't
sell
think you
him.
should sell him. Why sell him now when it's not
Because
developed
it's
yet?
not his
You don't
fault.
know
It's
what
not his
company's
fault.
gonna be.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
it's
his
not his
fault.
fault.
Man United do this all the time. How many players have we had here not managed them correctly? We've not
Fact.
managed these youngsters correctly.
Can I
You
have my
have to
2
manage
pence?
these guys correctly.
Can I have my 2 pence?
Go on,
Right.
yeah.
There's a rule of thumb from me, and you know that it's being consistent. I never go hard, even though if I think young players are not the standard. Man, what the fuck is the standard? Manchester United have no standards. So I don't know where these people are going on about Manchester United standards. At the end of the day, I like players who want the ball, who are not afraid or scared of the ball, who are direct. I'm giving too many players who pass the ball back. No, I want people to face up their defender and have a go at them. And to me, I will always rate that kid for that. He has a certain level of arrogance certain top players have. I don't think he's the greatest, but I'm telling you, he's been a fresh air compared to the bullshit that I've been seeing. But yesterday, I agree with you. Instead of him starting every game, you can see the level of fatigueness. And you know what? Me and Jarvis, big up Jarvis in the chat, we said about how much him and Rasmus
Yeah, big
have
up.
been overplayed, and that when you're that age, if you get overplayed, you get burnt out. Now, remind me what the fuck Martial said about what Ollie did to him and what Ollie did to Rashford and what Joseph. They overplayed him. What happens when they play with injuries? What happens? They get burnt out, and then the fans have a go at them. At the end of the day, the game is at a high level pace. Yesterday, I can't blame him because I know he's not good at retaining the ball unless he's in the last third. But Manchester United didn't even have any sustained possession for him to be in the game. So I ain't gonna blame him too much. But if you want to scapegoat a 19-year-old, go the fuck ahead. While 30-year-olds and fucking 32-year-olds and 31-year-olds are on a fucking football pitch. I'm not scapegoating a 19-year-old kid who's been overplayed, who's not played at this level of intensity in so far of his career, other than the last 25 games he's played. I'm not blaming him for that. But yes, does he need to understand he needs to look after the ball, right? Do I also agree? You've got to have a mixture of balance. Players who can keep the ball and players who are technically gifted that can take care of the ball. Manchester United, because of the way that we've been run, the way that we've been managed, we have a bunch of mixed match of players that have absolutely we can never put together because the attributes do not suit each other. And that's not on him. That's not on even on Eric Ten Hag. That's just the last decade and a bit. And that's on the Glazers. And
you know what? I agree with you, Noradine, yeah? Go on.
Yeah, 1 second, but no 2nd. Because the Sully says City winning the title is only relevant in Manchester. Nobody cares. If Arsenal Pool does, the football world will wake. Adiwale says the club forcing Garnacho onto us. 23 starts because he's the highest fifth jersey sales, not based on merit. Plus, he gives us moments which Man United fans like. Adiwale says he carries on saying Garnacho doesn't start for Fulham in 12th place. You guys are backing this rubbish. Should be playing games for Man United. But the thing is, though, I agree he don't start for Fulham, yeah? But what did you say there? He played when he gave us moments. That's why I'm saying he's an impact player. I think everybody's saying, everybody's saying because he's starting, I feel like that's where the venom's coming from. He should be starting. I feel like that's where the frustration is. But that's on Ten Hag. I agree with you, though. He should be starting games. But that's where blame the manager. You can't blame the
that's
player.
what I'm saying. Ten Hag is holding on to straws, as they say. He's holding on to anything to stay afloat. Yeah, because he saw Rashford was the moments guy. He's not doing the moments. Then it was Bruno, like you said, moments FC, McTominay. Now it's Garnacho. He just wants anyone that can give him moments to save his career. But it's the same thing as like what Noradine said earlier. Why are you going for 4 trophies? This is just moments. You're just after moments. What are you building, sir? What are you on? What are you trying to build? You're trying to hold on to moments. Oh, we won a trophy. Oh, we was in the final. All right, sweet, my brother. What's happening now? Where are we going now? Are we going to be like these club sides who fight their way into these semi-finals and finals and sometimes wins and you never see them? What are we doing? Are we trying to win a 38-game Premier League title? Where are we going? And this is why people talk about Unai Emery. They'll talk about Ange. Stop gaslighting people. Don't play games with me. They're taking me for an idiot. We see the football that these guys are trying to implement. You see their team. You see what they're doing. I don't even think Eric Ten Hag's teams have scored more than 3 goals. Have we hit someone with a 4?
No, we're not. We're not. Someone's asking here, simple question. What is he good at? I really want to know. I think you know what it is for me? For the style that we play right now, yeah, in the transition, he's perfect. So that when you play the ball in behind, he can be a tricky winger. He can have that element of when you're playing in that transition way, he can be effective. But like I said to you, yeah, his game is not developed yet. His game is not
No,
developed.
but you know what he's though, Saeed, though? I kid you not. I kid you not. He's walking in the footsteps of Marcus Rashford. I kid you not. Marcus Rashford was doing the same thing. Was doing the same thing as Garnacho.
Lack of development. That's why I believe when you got good coaches, with young players, what Fergie did. We got the blueprint there. What are we waffling about? Yeah. What's the fucking argument? Fergie would bring them in, take them out, bring them in. Yeah. Their developmental coach come back, and then so they keep their feet on the fucking ground. Yep. That's what he would do for them. Get them in, let them show, bring them out, rest them, pick the games for them, play them in a more stable club so that actually other players on the pitch are coaching them through the game, coaching them, shouting at them for giving the ball away needlessly, doing stuff like that. That is where it is, and we don't have that. We're not that football club anymore. But for me, to blame a 19-year-old, Adewale, I love you to bits, bro, but this is where I fundamentally disagree. For me, when I go to the games, Saeed go to the games, we want to see players who are not passing the fucking ball back every time. We want to see a guy who's going to be brave enough. I don't care if you lose it. Take on your man. Take on the player. I want somebody to, and he does that. He does that. He takes on his man. Yes, giving Ryan Giggs was successful.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Ryan Giggs. Some of the fans were booing Ryan Giggs. This is the most successful footballer in the United history.
We don't even have to get to Ryan Giggs, though. You know, Ryan Giggs is a freak of nature. We're talking about a kid, who hasn't got the outstanding quality.
Saeed, I'm trying to explain to people that everybody thinks Ryan Giggs' career at Manchester United was hunky-dory.
Okay.
He would get booed when he got subbed on. He would get booed. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because he would lose the ball. He would give the ball away.
Yeah.
You see what? I've come to terms. I've come to realize
he's a lot better player than Garnacho. Ryan Giggs was a phenomenal player, but still, even he got sick. So,
but let me tell you something as well. That what I've come to realize, and I think I was harsh on Antony. I don't think Antony's a bad player, no. I was harsh on him. Nah. Listen, hear me out, guys.
I swear to
God. Hear me out, guys.
Listen to me. Listen, in Dutch football, he might be. In Italian football, he might be.
Nah, I'm not having it.
You know what? He can't do it in League 2 in this country. In League 2.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I think Eric. Nah. I've seen enough. Nah. I've seen. You know what it is?
You've seen
no, I've not saying. You know what it is? I believe Eric Ten Hag is so detrimental to how this kid wants to play the game and how he's built to play the game that he's made him look this bad. Because I've seen some of his touches. I've seen how he controls the ball. I've seen how he releases the ball, and I've seen how he can take instructions. He's got the fundamentals to play in a system and to do well. He's got it. He hasn't got a bad first touch. It's not like he's got some awful first touch. It's not like he can't take instructions. It's not like he hasn't got pace. It's not like, no, 1 minute. It's not like he does. No, we're not talking about over a long. No. It's not like he doesn't have pace over the first.
With a ball, he moves like a snail. With a ball,
no. No, he doesn't.
Listen, let me finish. He's the most.
I have to be fair on the kid now.
Listen, let me say something. He's the most telepathic footballer I have ever seen in all the years I watched football. In all the years I watched football, he's the most telepathic. I'm sitting at the top of the Stratford end, And in the second, I know what he's going to do. He's gonna come inside.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna try to bend. When you are, you know how easy you are to defend against. I never seen once even going down the line. And you know,
Ian Robin used to do that.
You know his pace. You know his pace.
Nah, man. Ian Robin did it convincingly, though. Ian Robin did.
No, but this is what I'm talking about. No, but this is what I'm saying, though. No, but what I'm saying is this, though. No, there's nothing wrong with being telepathic, and there's nothing wrong with being predictable. The difference is being is able to be coached and able to be in a system and having the right people around you that actually support you in what you're trying to do. I think there's nothing wrong with being predictable. There's nothing wrong with him doing what he does. But like you said, he's not doing it convincingly. He doesn't look like a player who's at the top of his game and he's doing it convincingly. Yeah, I get you. And that was Eric Ten Hag. But I've seen enough to say that, okay, cool. In a proper system, being coached and told what you have to do, does he have the fundamentals? We're going on like this is a kid with no fundamentals. I don't believe that. And I've had to look at it again.
Better. I think he retains possession well.
Of course he does.
Tidy. That's what he does. I know his game. Antony's a guy who keeps possession well.
Hey, let me remind you, we've not spent 85 million on somebody to retain possession. We need fucking goals and assists, mate.
Nah, that's the same that's said for Sancho. I think him and Sancho in the same boat.
No, I'm sorry.
Nah, Sancho's better. Sancho's
I'm really
better.
sorry.
He's better, but I think they're suffering from the same thing.
Listen, Sancho's a different baller, mate. Sancho's a different baller. Let's get it right.
Nah, he's not crap. Do you know why? Do you know why he's not Dean? You know why Saeed, yeah? You know why I said quickly, yeah, Saeed? I said to myself, because I rinsed him. Like, it got to the point where if I saw him on the main road, I might have slide tackled him. So this is how bad it was. This is how I felt about Antony. I might have just slide tackled him on the main roads in front of the traffic lights for no reason. But I went back. I said, why did we get this kid from Ajax? Is he that poor in the ball? So I went back and I watched him, Saeed, in Champions League at the highest level. He's not dead food. So Eric Ten Hag is doing something, but this guy's not dead food, Saeed.
In the Premier League, you know what? Listen, Musa, he's not going to be the first man who died in the Premier League. And the idea of when United first scouted him, he was 30 million. He's not going to be the last. In the area division, in the Champions League game where it's like tactical and stuff like that, it might look all right. In Premier League, he is abysmal. Absolutely abysmal.
I need to see him under another manager. Musa,
he's a young player as well, but I watched him in the flesh to go, this guy is not for this league. He's not. Some of the leagues, maybe.
I need to see him under another manager, though.
In the slower leagues, not in this league.
No, I need to see him under another manager.
You know what's mad, yeah? And 1 second, let me just get this super chat here. Big up to Adewale again. Says the constant in attack the last 4 seasons have been Rashford and Bruno, while other positions we rotate different players. These two are the main issues with our attacks. Low football IQ, quality on the ball, inconsistent, yet fans love them for GA. And Adewale says, Garnacho made Aiden look world class. He's not good. You know what's mad though? This is the problem we have though. We build our system around. We're building our system around the wrong players. This is why for me anybody can go.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, but now Rashford is all of a sudden now staying now because apparently he scored a goal, and I would sell Rashford as well. Bruno Fernandes,
I would
sell these guys. But the problem is though, this is what I don't get about United fans, right? Yeah. So when they say to me, "Why you Ten Hag out here? You have to get rid of the players first." So I say, "Cool, yeah, let's get rid of the players." Well, I want to keep this player. I want to keep that player. Well, hold on a minute. So you can't sit on the fence here. You can't say. You can't say to me, yeah, the reason why I want the manager out is because I feel like he's not getting the best out of his players. But then when I say, okay, we get rid of the players then can stay and help them. What is it then? Where do you want to go? Because if I think that a manager can get the best out of these players or certain players, yeah, then it's like, no, they can't stay. But then when I say, right, let's get rid of the manager, you all there dilly-dallying around who should stay, who should keep. So where we at? Where we at then?
See me, I'll get rid of anyone that's over. I'll get anyone in between the ages of 25 and 30, I'll get rid of. I don't care. Anyone between the ages of 25 and 30, well, I don't think there's any progression. Well, I feel like you've got one more contract in you to take you into like, I don't know, you're 29, you got one more that will take you into like 32, 33, I'll get rid of you. And I'll only keep senior professionals who are over the age of 30, but are deemed to be world class, who can support the under 25s. That's the only players I get. I'll keep.
I'll tell you from yesterday's starting 11, Kobe and Garnacho. And Diego Dalot in the form that he's on.
See, these are under 25s. That's why I said these are the under 25s.
Yeah, those three.
Varane as well. I keep Varane, man. I'm not gonna lie.
But he's a senior pro.
Varane,
See, that's another senior pro that we're talking about. Who can coach?
But you know what's mad, yeah? Varane. This is what I'm saying, yeah. By the way, I'd sell most of this team, yeah. But my thing is, yeah, there's a lot of players, yeah, that people thought that Saudi Arabia was the next place to go, yeah, but still is our best defender. Rafael Varane is still our best defender. People don't realize that. Rafael Varane.
You can't be having Evans on the pitch.
Defender.
Yeah, and all of these men running around, and then you're trying to get rid of my Rafael Varane. I'm not accepting that. This brother's got no. I've seen what we've got. If you're talking about let's get rid of the worst, he's the last defender to go. You sell every defender before you get rid of Rafael Varane. If they're all crap, he's the
He's injury prone, mate, and I want to.
He's not. That's a myth. Because he's been fit. He's been more fitter than Martinez. He's been more fitter than Martinez since he's been here. More fitter than Maguire since he's been here. More fitter than Luke Shaw since he's been here. The brother played 2 games last season. Last week. Of course, he's been fitter than Martinez.
Martinez is at 2 because of the club's fault that they didn't fix the original injury he had, and then he broke.
He came here injured. No, last season he didn't play every game.
Let me finish. He broke down with the
He's
same
been more
injury
fit than
again,
Luke Shaw.
and now he's out. He's out. I'm sorry. Rafael Varane.
How about last season? Last season he didn't play every game, Martinez.
Listen, but like Rafael Varane cannot play 3 games in a week. He can't do it.
Why do you have to play 3 games in a week?
He came
exactly, you can change him about.
Why do you have to play 3 games in a week? He can play 2.
Listen, that's why he retired from France. At the end of the
yeah, but he can play 2 games in a week. My thing is this, though. No, it didn't, but my thing is this. You've got Harry Maguire, Lindelof. Who else we got in the back four?
No, I would get rid of them as well. Evans. I would get rid of
Evans. So the likelihood you can get rid of 3, you're not going to get rid of 4 in one window. So he's got to be a sub. I think Rafael Varane has to be. If you tell me you get a new young centre back who's doing the business, but then he gets injured and you're bringing on Varane, I'm not panicking. Like, what's this geezer doing on? I'm not panicking. Like, why we got Varane coming off the bench? But these Evans and all of these other no, I'm not accepting it. Evans though, what's Evans doing?
Listen to me. I'm not saying that you get rid of Varane and keep those guys. Everybody's got to go. Musa, are you kidding me? Evans is a joke. Nobody in the football league was giving him a contract, but Manchester United fucking did. And I told everybody. And now the pundits are all loving him or sucking him up, like because he did great. He cleared a couple of balls that came into the box. Get the F out of here.
Evans, I can't lie to you. Evans hasn't done bad since he's come to the football club, though. I can't lie to you.
He's done. He's done, Brett. He hasn't done bad to our standards. To our standards. That's our standards. He hasn't done bad for our crap standards because we're dead. We're out in the water. And this is why he has to go. Because all these men here, I told you, I'm tired of them.
I think Yusuf said, I agree with Musa, but Antony needs to play on the left. Listen, people say ain't that his job. I'm not saying that, guys. I'm saying I thought he was going to be a disaster, Evans, yeah? But he's actually been better than probably half of our players that have been at the football club. You know what I'm saying? So
he's the worst defender we got. He's the worst defender we got, man. I'm not having it, Saeed. He's the worst defender we got.
Listen, I don't know, but I think he's not been that bad. You know what I mean? Big up to Adebayo. Varane is our best centre-back. Casemiro is our best midfielder. Martinez has missed double the games of Varane, Nuruddin. You can't sell our best players. We'll end up like Chelsea or worse.
They're not good enough for Manchester United. Manchester when they got back there. They're not. And we saw it again with Casemiro yesterday. A quick 1-2. You know what? Foden
no, it wasn't Casemiro's fault, man. Yes, I don't think it was Casemiro could have done anything.
No way.
What could he have done?
It was.
And I won't mind if he
Lindelof.
He got done, mate. He got done.
It wasn't Casemiro's fault, man.
Listen, his legs are not there in this league, mate. It's no shame in that.
Nah.
Man, see, do that to every team, man.
They do that to everybody, man.
My eyes don't lie to me, man. My eyes don't lie to me. Even though
they do that to everyone.
Even though Ten Hag's tactics exposes players because they go man for man, and he should be in a team that can get it around him.
But that's not the manager then. That's not the manager.
Let me finish. Yesterday, the team was all around him. He wasn't exposed in big spaces, and that's a fact. but his legs are not there.
People act like people act like when he was playing with Cruz. People act like Cruz used to just leave him alone. People act like when he was at Madrid, Cruz would just leave him alone. Like he never used to support Varane. Like he never used to also sometimes play that same position just as good. People act like Varane was just holding the midfield on his own at Madrid and came here. He had a supporting act.
You mean Casemiro?
Supporting act, man.
Yeah, Casemiro. Yeah, he had a supporting act.
He had a building block.
Listen, that's a different league. At the end, that's a different league, right?
Champions League, man.
Probably. Listen, man, La Liga is cold league, you know.
Listen, majority of the times they dominate games. Everybody understands that the spending power of Real Madrid and Barcelona in that league, right? The point I'm trying to say to you is that the Premier League is unforgiving.
It's crap, though. The Premier League is crap, Noradine. It's a crap league, man. It's crap. It's a crap league, man.
Musa, let me finish. In terms of the pace and the physicality that you need, I'm sorry to say, but yesterday was a classic game of example where he got done in a smaller space because he hasn't got that power and pace anymore, and the physicality anymore. And he got done on a quick 1-2. And it wasn't that. I understand majority of games because of Eric Ten Hag's tactics. The single pivot gets exposed, whether it's Casemiro, whether it's Kobe, whether it's Scott McTominay, whether it's Bruno, everybody who's in that position gets exposed. But yesterday, to me, it showed that the physicality, the power and pace, it's not there anymore.
Noradine, you see what happened yesterday? You see with Eric Ten Hag's tactics and how he sets up. I don't care how strong and how fast you are, you get done every game. Name me. Yes, with the space. You get done. You get done. No, do you know why? Do you know why you get done? You get done because you're always covering the wrong space based on the setup.
Let's have a look at that yesterday. We're inside the box. Casemiro yesterday and Kobe. Where were they both positioning?
Which one was that for?
You know that bit there, 10 yards in front of the 10 yards where the penalty shot is. That's where they were. To get done in a small amount of space to go. That you haven't got the physicality to get our players. You haven't.
What did you want him to do?
And that's why he got done. He got done, mate. It wasn't a skill.
What do you want him to do? It's a 1-2.
No, the physicality to recover and stay with fucking Foden.
Bro, there's no physicality. Listen. These footballers, when they play against great players, 1-2 given goals, it's not about physicality. It's more about how you then smart enough to have come around you. That's where people have. No, but that's why you have to manage the space as a team, You have to work effectively.
As a team.
One player is not going to do this.
Listen to me, right? You know what? People need to listen to me because I don't think I'm explaining myself. I say this is simple. If you play football, the easiest thing to fucking read is a 1-2. If somebody's got a fucking skill, if let's say yesterday Foden goes past him, I never blame any player from being beaten by skill because you know why? It can happen to anybody because skillful players can beat anybody. You know, in Maguire, when people were beating him with skill, I don't blame him. You know what I blame Maguire for? Not fucking sorting out his feet properly, not turning properly. That's what I blame him for. I don't blame him. I don't blame any player from getting done because I saw I saw Rio Ferdinand get skilled and get done. I saw the on the top Nesta Barenzi get skimmed. You know what I don't see? Right here, the easiest thing to read, and even if you play 5-a-side with me, I swear to God, you guys will be dead. You guys would never speak to me and you'll be dead. Because if you can't read the fucking 1-2, then what the fuck are you doing on a football pitch? Easiest thing to defend against is a 1-2. Your intelligence.
Why does it always work? But why does it always work then, though? Why does it always work?
So why does Man City always do it to every team? Why did Man City do it to every team?
Why does it always work?
Why does it always work?
It's that easy.
Then? They do it every time.
But Messi's the 1-2 king. Give and go. Listen, he's the 1-2 king.
No, listen, Messi wasn't the one. Messi would fucking snake you and get past you.
But he's the 1-2 king. Messi will sometimes use his players like they were like wolves.
I looked at that yesterday. Casemiro, that was no excuse. Casemiro, there wasn't a massive gap of space behind him to get beaten on. The only thing I can forgive him for is that they were defending like dogs without the ball, and everybody got fatigued and got fucking. What's the word? Everybody got fatigued come to an hour because they're not used to that football, sitting back like that, camping like that in their own box. But to me, I'm telling you that getting beat on a 1-2 is the easiest fucking thing you should read. As a professional footballer, you shouldn't get done regular on a fucking 1-2.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but I think that Casemiro,
world-class defensive midfielder, you shouldn't.
But I agree with you. But I think Casemiro was he was positioned wrong. He was positioned wrong for that whole move. I agree he shouldn't be getting done, but I think his initial position for that setup of the move was wrong. And I can only say it was wrong because of the whole setup. Because if he was in a better position, if he positioned himself better in that space, he would have been able to get that. But the only reason I can blame him for that wrong positioning is because the guy's always trying to cover everyone else's faults in this messed up system. But when you look at his stats in terms of balls won, recoveries, forward passes, all of that, he's up there in this poor United team. He's really up there. So I just feel like he's struggling. And yes, he's going to look like he should have done better. And I agree. But his positioning was wrong. And I blame that again on the manager, making people run around like headless chickens. And then they're getting done, like what you're saying, with one of the easiest moves in football that you should be able to clock coming from a mile off. But it's the positioning. And that's Eric Ten Hag for me, man.
Listen, we're going to wrap it up here. 491 likes, guys. Make sure we get to 500 likes. 1.1k in the building. Please come and head over to United Real Therapy. We've got a video on there on Nourish channel. Please come over there. But listen, we try.
Let me know.
Yeah, I'll jump on. Send me the link. I'm here.
But yeah, man. Listen, people, we try to give you honest opinions, man. This is what it's all about, man. You know what I mean? It gets a bit heated, but this is what we love to talk about.
You don't understand that, like this football.
This is football, yeah.
Listen,
football, man.
I'll keep it. Listen, people don't understand. Man United fans have loved their players. We've always loved us. But I'm hearing man saying, listen, there's not anyone I want their autograph. No one's signing my shirt. I don't want to see anybody on the main road. Yep. Like if man are saying they're chasing Eric Ten Hag down. I said they'll duck him down. Get out the ends. What are you doing on my ends?
It's crazy.
People are upset.
But listen, people, make sure you like the video, man. Get them likes up, man. 500 is still a bit low. I can't lie to you. We need at least 700 likes.
We're going to stay live till it gets 500. Are you kidding me, guys? Are you kidding me? I'm having a heart attack here because I'm trying to get my point across about how Man United are that shit. What's going on and what we're seeing. Whether it's managers or players or the fucking owners. And everybody thinks fucking Ineos is going to fucking fix this. Like, there's another fucking thing coming. More pain coming to you lot. The club is in a fucking £1 billion in debt. That's another fucking thing that
no, don't go. Listen. We're going to end it. Guys, Adiwale says, Nuri, Casemiro, Bruno agenda worse than my Bruno agenda, but at least Casemiro is still our best midfielder. Listen, people, head over to United Real Therapy. We're live right now. I'll see you tomorrow for the best of the rest. We're out.